It's like the Shemitah is every 7 years, just like Shabbos is every 7 days. And just like Shabbos is prefaced by Shabbos comes at the end of the first days, 6 days of creation, but Shabbos is mentioned first in the sense that you have to keep Shabbos, and then for 6 days you shall work. So if 6 days of working precedes Shabbos, why start with Shabbos? It's the same. You understand the question? Why does the Torah set it up like that? Same thing with Shemitah. If Shemitah, the 7th year, is after 6 years of working the land, why not tell us you have to work the land 6 years, and then on the 7th there'll be Shemitah? Why tell us about Shemitah and then say, by the way, and you have before that, you have to work for 6 years? Because the main idea here is that you have to know, before you start doing anything, you have to know what the goal is, what the tachlis is. So the tachlis of the whole week is Shabbos. The tachlis of working the land is the Shabbos of the land, is the Shemitah of the land, because the big idea in both cases of Shabbos and Shemitah is God is the controller. He's running the show. He's the big picture. He's the big idea that we all have to work towards getting towards. So in that way, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll know what our tafkid is, what our tachlis is, what we need to strive for. And look at that. With all this blabbing, I found a way to connect it to Pesach Sheini. What's the tachlis? What's the tachlis? There you go. I did it. I didn't know I was going to do it, but I did it. Okay.
Because you can.
Because I can. Today is Pesach Sheini. Because I can. And a little thing that occurred to me as I was working this out, I shared it on the chat. And Edie gave me a heart for it. What did I say? How did I say it? Hold on. How did I say it? It was good how I said it. It came out good. Sometimes it comes out good. Hold on. Here. Pesach Sheini. Second chances are for us to want and seek, knowing that we are worthy of them. Believe it.
Amen.
Because Pesach Sheini is something that we asked for. We asked for that second chance. It's not like God's giving us a pep talk. Guys,
try again.
Yeah, just try again. Don't give up. No, but it came from us. It came from our realization. What is it that I'm about? What is it that I really want? What's my tachlis? And what's holding me back from doing it?
Nothing.
What held me back in the past? Something held me back in the past.
My self-doubt, my whatever.
Exactly. And then you have to say, but move on, second chances. And it's up to us to believe, to find and muster the strength and believe in ourselves, within ourselves, to demand that second chance. Hashem, give me a second chance. I found the belief in myself that I need to know to demand it. And Hashem wants us. Hashem wants that from us. He's waiting for us, and he made it part of his Torah. He made our contribution to Torah part of his Torah. You found it. I gave you good directions. Well, I go down the roof part of the book. Across the street, you'll see a bus stop. You'll see this courtyard. Go around it.
Yeah, all of that works until looking for Gilboa.
I told her how to. It's okay. It's good.
I walked around 3 minutes and showed the last 10 minutes of the class.
I got to go in the shop. I enjoyed myself. I got some food. I'm thinking.
So you don't know what the closed part of the shuk is. That's the roof part. That's probably where it's. No, there is a part. There's a part that's roof. There's an open shuk, the Iraqi shuk, and then there's a closed up.
Google Maps.
Okay, fine. You're here. Baruch Hashem.
You get a second chance.
That's right.
Yeah, you'll have to come again. Your second chance of coming here faster.
Table here if we would like to. I get to see. It's my good friend.
Okay, fine. Sorry. I have to settle down. I'm a little bit too hyper, don't you think? I'm kind of like hyper today. Like, Yael, calm down. No, she's not saying no.
Take a few breaths.
You're yourself. This is you. This is me.
That's you.
Breathe.
The one that
You
I
come
know.
running
I
in.
don't know any others.
I'm sorry. I do it all the time. I'm always late. Am I always late?
You're an American.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. So Pesach Sheini. So I was thinking about Pesach Sheini. I was reading the Ketelach on it. No, I don't want to give a Ketelach on it. But then I Googled like, okay, what do the Chabadnikers say about it? How do you say Chabadnikim? What's their take on Pesach? So I came across something very beautiful, and I want to share this from Rebbe Rayetz, the Frierdiker Rebbe, the previous Rebbe of the last Rebbe, okay, the father-in-law of the Rebbe, of Yosef Yitzchak. So he says something very, very beautiful. And I'm going to just like share with you, but then I also have a journaling exercise for you, which I worked on for you. And I really want to be able to get through it with you. And I want to give you a chance to do it. I hope everyone has a pen. And I also forgot to bring extra paper for you to write on, but okay, you'll use this. So now, Pesach Sheini. You know what Pesach Sheini is, right? Anyone not know what Pesach Sheini is? Okay, you're not going to say it if we're examining. I'm going to just say it. Don't do it like that. Okay, good. Okay, so Pesach Sheini is when was the first Pesach Sheini ever? A year after the Jewish people left Mitzrayim. They're a year out of Mitzrayim. Hashem tells Moshe, tell the Jewish people they have to keep Pesach. They have to make an anniversary of the great event that happened the year before. And they're doing the whole Pesach, Maro, Matzah, however it looked like over there. And have to bring another Korban Pesach, which we look forward to doing again, Bezrat Hashem, Binyan Beit HaMikdash. All of the avoda will return to us, Bezrat Hashem, sooner than we think, in a blink of an eye, Bezrat Hashem.
But they did bring a Korban?
Yeah, they had a Mishkan.
They had the Mishkan.
This is a year after. So they had a Mishkan. And, but there were few people that couldn't partake of the Korban because they were Tameh. Why were they Tameh? Different opinions. The biggest opinion that everybody knows of is that they were busy carrying Yosef's bones, and so they couldn't fulfill the mitzvah of the Korban Pesach because they weren't able to, for whatever reason. Some say, no, it wasn't really those people. They were like involved in a mitzvah that wouldn't have disqualified them. It's other people who were Tameh Lemet, that came across dead people along the way, and they were Tameh, and they needed to go through a purification process to be. Is it process or process? Process? That's American. Canadians say process. Okay, so okay. No, I once was teaching at Neve, and I said process, and everyone started laughing. You're Canadian. Yeah, okay. So that's when I realized that it's okay. Anyway, I'm too hyper. I've got to calm down.
How did it sound?
I don't know. Now I say process. I have
Okay.
to say both all the time. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
Tomato, tomato.
okay, any case.
Right.
So those people who, for whatever reason, weren't able to participate in the Korban Pesach because they were Tameh, they went to Moshe and they says, no fair, just because we happened to come across a dead person, a corpse, and we had to take care of it, or just because we were busy with carrying the Aron of Yosef, means that we have to miss out on a mitzvah of the Korban.
That's the
And Moshe didn't know the answer. He says, let me take it up to Hashem. Like, it sounds like you have a good point there. No fault of your own. Some obstacle came in your way that prevented you. And you're saying, but they didn't want to miss out on this momentous occasion of bringing up the Korban and participating in it. And Moshe asks Moshe, and Hashem tells him, no, they have a good point. Tell them in a month from now, Yud Dalet Iyar, today, they'll be able to bring a Korban Pesach. They'll be able to make up what's lost. Something that somebody misses Yom Kippur, it's not like they can fast any other day. Somebody misses Sukkot, it's not like they can put up a Sukkah while they're lighting their Hanukkah menorah. It doesn't work that way, right? And anyway, the point that the Rebbe is going to bring here is also that Tashlumim, when you know that when halacha, when we miss out, let's say you took it upon yourself to daven regularly and you miss a certain tefillah, then the time to make up for that tefillah that you missed, if you miss Shachris, then you have to make it up in Mincha time. It's the next closest opportunity time-wise to fulfill it. You don't wait a month. Why is Hashem telling them to wait a whole month? Why not as soon as, like, toivel, become tahor, and you'll do it. Why this long period of time? So I'm going to share now with you what the Rebbe says. B'chasidut mevu'ar ki b'yom. Now this is not the Rebbe yet, but it's from the Chabad side. בחסידות מבואר כי ביום זה מתגלים אותם הגילויים של חג הפסח בדרגה נעלת יותר. Pesach Sheini is everything that is revealed, is accessible in terms of its light and its potential, ruchnius wise, in spirituality. Whatever is revealed on Pesach proper, Pesach Sheini, the same lights on a higher level. Pesach Sheini's opportunities are higher than the actual Pesach. Now, don't start getting like anything like having in mind that you can skip over the first Pesach to have the second week. That won't work.
But the reason is because it's because they asked for it, even
Because
though they didn't have to really, but they wanted it.
Yeah,
so
but let's really
wanting,
they
right?
wanting. So it's b'darka na'ala yoter, but there's even more than that. It goes even there's more details to that, what you just said, Dina. V'notnim koach lavodat Hashem b'darga gvaya yoter. The opportunity of this day gives us the strength in avodas Hashem on a higher level than we can reach on Pesach. Zot betem lechodesh Iyar lumat chodesh Nisan, and this is reflected. This is kind of what you're saying. It's reflected in how we understand Iyar as opposed to Nisan. What's the difference between Iyar and Nisan? What happened in Nisan? What happened in Pesach? Hashem opens Shamayim and reveals all His greatness. It's the Itaruta del Ela. It's the awakening from above. It's all Hashem. And the language of Chabad, there's two concepts here. It's Hapcha and it's Kafya.
Right.
Revelation and turning over. Like one is like reversing it, and one is like revealing it.
You ignore it or you work through it.
Right, okay. Mute, put this thing. Okay, so Pesach, Nisan is all about Avodat ha'ithapcha. Ithapcha means like you're
Turning it over like that. Lahafo.
it's like lahafo. Lumat avodat ha'itkafya. No, I said it wrong. Nisan is itkafya, and Nisan is itkafya, and Iyar is ithapcha. Okay, let me explain to you what those terms are. עבודה שאדם נמנע מהקרבת הפסח בזמנו הקבוע ביכולתו להשלימו ביום זה מלמדת ונותן כוח רוחני כי אין דבר והוא תמיד אפשר לתקן. What's itapcha and itkafya? Itkafya was when you do something by force. It's an avoda, like let's say you have a habit to break. So you force yourself to break the habit. You are imposing your will to manifest something that you want. It's bekoach. You're matkifedze, like you're going out against it, and you're machnia yourself. You're subjugating yourself. You're overcoming some koach.
Would it be an example, like if you're, like we said in a different way, if you're very stingy, go the other way and give a lot? Is that an example?
Yeah, it's an example, but it's not a strong enough example. Okay, an example.
It's really like a character trait.
It's like let's say, let's say you eat normal, but you want to get to a level of kedusha in eating. So just because you're eating and you're not really overeating, but like, do you really need every morsel that goes in your mouth? So you're going to go put yourself through an itkafia of saying, Adkan, I can do with much less. Am I making an avera by eating the full meal? No, it's not. But in terms of my pnimi work that I want to dedicate everything to Hashem, I'm going to do that extra measure of itkafia on myself to get to the next level of kedusha. Okay, for example. Now, itzhapcha is I don't know how to explain because I'm not Chabad. No one hires Chabad to be able to explain to me. It's like I have to brush up on my Chabad. Okay, it's not that. Whatever this is. Itzhapcha is from the hafoch, but it's like, see, if kafia is like it's limiting, things that are mutal, but into the level of kedusha. Tapa means that you're turning over everything. Everything becomes, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, like, I thought I had it, and I didn't think I would need to brush up on, like, you better get this concept clear before you give it over. But I didn't do my homework. Here it is. The teacher did not do her homework. This is what it looks like when I don't prepare properly. What?
I have an idea.
Yeah,
As I understood it
I can just Google it. Yeah,
long ago.
Yeah.
And haven't thought about it much, but love it. One is there's this energy in the world that's like right in front of me. And I have to decide whether I'm going to not pay attention to it or I'm going to deal with it and try to transform it. I'm either Yosef Tzaddik and I'm not going to do that, or I am David HaMelech and I'm going to work with this.
okay, so
You have a choice. You have a choice.
you have a choice.
One is forget about it. I'm not going there. And the other one is, okay, let's see where we
Confronting
can
it.
get when I engage with it. I'm
Okay.
not engaging or I'm engaging.
Okay, so here what I got from Chabadpedia here. התהפכה היא עבודת השם של הצדיקים אשר בעבודתם מהפכין הרע ומעלים אותו לקדושה. It's like it's the voda of tzaddikim. Hi Dalia and Cutie Pie. It is the voda of the tzaddikim that they overturn the ra and raise it up to the kedusha. Like they completely transform the ra into not being ra because
That's lawful.
that's the lahafoch. It's lafoch et yetzer hara. They're mamish. They are completely. It's the voda of the tzaddikim that overturn the yetzer hara to complete ahavas Hashem. Okay. All right. Let's see what.
There's a Rabbi Grossman that goes into the discotheques to Makarev people. Would that be an example? He goes into the shady places.
No, that's just fine. No,
and
that wouldn't be.
And finding Kedusha there.
No, it's
No?
not a matter of finding kedusha everywhere. It's a transform.
Out of this.
Right.
Okay, listen. Okay, in short, itkafia is from the word lichpot, which means to. What's it lichpot? To subdue, to overcome.
Hatkafa, like that modern word. What? Like haya hatkafa. Like
No, that's
That's
it's
a
spelled
different
differently.
Oh.
Lichpot means to oppress, but not oppress in a bad way. To
Ignore.
not ignore. No,
Give-
lichpot.
like overpower.
Overpower, like with like, do I actually need every bite that's on my plate here? No, I don't. So I'm going to lichpot my yetzer to leave behind. I want it, but I'm not going to have it until it's not calling to me anymore. Until I'm metukan to the place where I'm
You can do
convinced
without it.
I really don't need it, and then I go to my neck.
Not engaging with.
Yeah, it's
You are engaging
you're
with it. You're like really with force, like
yeah, and itapcha is nushon lahafoch. Okay, in any case.
All right, let's move on.
Very subtle.
Right? You're overcoming what you were engaging.
You see, if you're looking at both of these concepts in terms of process of spiritual advancement, itkafia comes before it's hapcha. Itkafia means I have to fight my yetzer and bring it under my control, and to deny myself something that would be mutar, because we're not something that I want, and then I'd say it's mutar, but I want until it becomes completely.
Because it's kind of
overturned.
ruling you, right? It's kind of ruling you when you like have to have it,
Right. The work of the itkafia turns into ithapicha. Then now that I've done it, I've overturned my desire to eat to only kedusha, to levels of kedusha. Okay.
To
And-
build borders, to make a border.
Oh, part of itkafia is building the borders.
Yeah.
Until it's under your belt, until you've overcome it, until it's in your ruling power, and then becomes
Right.
yeah, and then it's something. Okay, fine. Why is ER? Hey, nice to see you. Wow. Okay, so. All of this
Why
talking.
is ER
and thinking. So ER is all about itkafia because we're working on our midos. And we're saying, I know you want to speak these words, but don't. I know all this stuff, but don't. This midah of chesed and gevura that wants to express themselves through us, ask yourself, is this bringing you closer to your neshama, to Hashem? Is this preparing you as a vessel for Matan Torah? If not, then examine it, do the work, and understand that that you're working with yourself to get to a level of kedusha that will be worthy of the Torah. That's the work of Iyar, as opposed to Nisan. Well, everything was overturned.
It was a free ride.
It was a free ride, but Hashem revealed Himself, which we had no free choice in the matter, because we couldn't deny God if He's showing up in our faces like that in a brilliant way. We can't deny Him. There's no struggle. There's a denial of free choice. So Iyar, in the terms of the avoda of a human being, is on a higher level than Nisan, because it comes from our free choice, and we're building ourselves. We're building our structure. Okay, so Iyar is like a gewalt, and Pesach Sheini falls in this tkufa that we're working on ourselves. It's the time of itkafia. Okay, so now based on that, let's listen to what the Rebbe Rayat said. Pesach Sheini eineno she'af pam lo avud. Pesach Sheini inyano she'af pam lo avud. Its Indian of Pesach Sheini is like nothing is ever lost. There's always second chances. You missed out for whatever reason, right? Whether you were prevented for good reasons because you were involved in another mitzvah, but then you lost out another mitzvah, but you wanted to do that mitzvah, or because of some bad midah that you weren't healed from yet, that prevented you, and you were still vulnerable to desiring to behave in those patterns of behavior that you have up until now. You don't want to, but you fall into it. You haven't found the inner strength to overcome it. And when we find ourselves in those situations, Pesach Sheini comes to say, don't give up. Believe in giving yourself a second chance. Continue, move on, continue striving for your aspirations. Don't let go of your dreams. Okay? יכולים תמיד לתקן. אפילו מי שהיה טמא. A person can always be metaken. Even someone who was tameh, someone was far away. All of these are relating to the mitzvot, like technically speaking, physically, you were too far away from Beis Hamikdash. You couldn't. When we had the Beis Hamikdash, you had to do Korban Pesach only in Beis Hamikdash. You're too far. So, what are you going to do? Circumstances had you stuck and not able to travel to Yerushalayim on time. But it also means, like, metaphorically speaking, internally, you weren't able to bring yourself there because you weren't there yet, internally, okay? ואפילו לכם, שהיה ברצונו, אף על פי כן יכולים לתקן. אפילו לכם, okay? Even if it's like what I just said, even if it's something that could have been prevented if you would have been healed and more metukan and having done the work up until now, but you didn't. But even if, because of those lowly reasons, vulnerable reasons, it's being a human and being vulnerable to Yetzer Hara, even those things, the Torah gives you a chance. You can be metaken that. Now, why does it only apply to Pesach? Why not to any other mitzvah? Why doesn't it apply to Sukkot or anything else? Because it has everything to do with Pesach. Something I came across, Rav Uri Sharki's comment about Pesach Sheini is, Pesach Rishon was only for the sake of having a Pesach Sheini. Now, Pesach Rishon, showing us the lights of the ultimate purpose of where we're heading towards, was to show us what we need to get to. It's the Pesach Sheini is like demanding, but I don't want, where I am now, I don't want to be. I want to be in Kedusha. This is classic Rav Kook. Torah on Chirut, on Pesach, and Yetzias Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim is not my place. Tuma is not my place. Yeah.
The revelation of the first Pesach, of like, this is what it could be. Here's the ideal, here's the end goal, here's the healing.
Yeah.
Is to get you to the place where like, wait, I want to be unstuck. Like to have
now, but then we have to do it. That was a free gift, and now we have to do it step by step, Spira, until Shavuos to do it on our own. Yeah. You show that. That's why Shabbos, connecting to the Parsha, Shabbos is mentioned before the 6 days of work that precede Shabbos. Understand where you're going to. This is the big idea. Okay? So Pesach Sheini hu hemshech ve'aliyah b'ninot shel Pesach Rishon. Pesach Sheini is a continuation and an aliyah to Pesach Rishon. Pesach Rishon inyano kfitza v'diluk. Pesach Rishon is labriut. It's passing over. Literally, the word Pesach means lifsoach, means to pass over. Kfitza v'diluk. How do you translate those? Kfitza is like jumping and leaping, jumping and leaping. V'pasach Hashem ala petach. Hashem leaped over. He overlooked the realistic, real-time where we were. Are we deserving of all of this miracle? As the Malachim said, what's the difference between Am Yisrael and the Mitzrim at that time of the Avodah Zarah, But Hashem looked at the Pnimius and saw, but they have potential. So he overlooked our real time where we were holding, and he gave us this gift of Pesach. But Pesach Sheini, inyano diluk v'kitza ne'elin yoter. But the Pesach Sheini, its inyan is actually jumps and leaps higher in an immeasurable way to the Pesach Rishon. Why? Why do you think that? Why is Pesach Rishon? Why is Pesach? Because you know why Pesach. You know why Pesach Sheni is a higher jump than what we experience in Pesach? Because Pesach Rishon, Hashem did it all for us, but to find and muster the strength within us to say, I am able. It is within my possibility to actually do something of myself and not be stuck in the same patterns of thinking and behavior that held me back up until now. Whoa, that's strength. That's real gevura. And that's real emunah. As Rabbi Nachman said to Rav Nassan, Rabbi Nachman gave a shir on emunah, and he saw Rav Nassan's face, and Rav Nassan was all worried, like, "Oh, am I actually holding by that emunah?" And Rabbi Nachman understood what was going on in Rav Nassan's head, and he says, "Like you have emunah in Hashem, what you don't have is emunah in yourself. So we need to find emunah in ourselves, and that's the ultimately when we find the inner reserves, the inner resources, and the belief that we actually are equipped with the inner resources to do the work and to jump to the levels that we want to, not be stuck in the same old, and be complacent and say, Malaso, that's what I am. No. Believe in yourself. Now, these two inyanim, Pesach Rishon, Pesach Sheini, they don't contradict each other. The Pesach, like the idea that Pesach Sheini is tashlumim, is making up for something that you missed out. Pesach Sheini is not, you're making up for a korban you couldn't give on Pesach Rishon. But it goes beyond that. It goes beyond just making up for something that you missed out in the past. And how do we know this? Because someone who was prevented from giving korban Pesach on Pesach proper, Rishon, they weren't prevented from celebrating the Chag. They still had Pesach. They just couldn't give the korban. It was just one aspect of the Pesach experience that they couldn't partake of. It's not like they were denied all of Pesach. Ota hu mekayem v'chogeg bimlo'o lelo hakorban Pesach. Umimele ha'avodah ruchonit shel Pesach yeshna tamid. So the spiritual work of Pesach can still have been experienced by the person not having given up the korban. Ela she'akrava before chasera lo. And so you're just making up for the korban. What's Pesach Sheni? Klomar, geder hachag eno tashlumim lechaser. Which means the Pesach Sheni is not just about making up for that which you missed out previously. It's like you didn't do your homework and the teacher says, it's okay, you can do it today. Just give it in tomorrow. Right? It's not that type of thing. It's not just like making up for something that you missed. Like Moed Bet, you missed the period of exams, so you have a second Moed to be able to write the exams. But really, Pesach Sheni is a continuation of the revelations of the part of the person in his avoda that began in Pesach Rishon. It's a continuation. We're it's a continuum. We're not just making up for something that we missed out. We're revealing what? Evolving. We're evolving. Thank you. We're evolving. And that's why it was established 30 days after the Chag. Because if it would just be something that you missed out on,
You didn't do the work.
you
yet.
didn't do the work, so do it now. So do it when you can. By the fact that Hashem is giving us 30 days to make up, is giving us a chance to evolve into the schut of it, to rise into ourselves, to connect to the. Why are you smiling? What's going on in your head? You're thinking, share.
I have no idea why. Like there was a silly game from summer camp.
Yeah,
That literally just popped into my head.
but it's relevant. According to your smile, it was relevant.
There was a game we played in summer camp called Evolution,
Yeah.
where you would go around and play rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
And then whoever won could evolve into a chicken. And then you had to find other, I'm telling you, this is absolutely true.
No.
Okay. You had to find someone else to evolve. So then the chickens could play rock, paper, scissors with each other. If you won, you could evolve into a dinosaur. Then the dinosaurs could evolve into, I think, Elvis. And then like there was like a whole evolution to it. But like something about you saying the word evolution, I just had the funniest picture of all of us at summer camp being absolutely ridiculous and playing this game. And like running around the room being chickens. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to-
There's deep Torah in what you just shared. I've got to think about what that Torah is, but there's deep Torah in this.
All the things you actually just Buddha. So you
You
had to sit on
didn't
the floor and like be like this. And then
Okay.
What was the highest?
I think it was Buddha.
No, but you know what?
Yeah, it was a gym camp, so I don't know why we decided it was Buddha.
Okay.
What was
Should have been.
The deep
They got to
Torah.
meditation at the end.
The deep Torah I think that I'm getting from this is you're not stuck in being who you think you are. If you're a chicken, you can turn into a dinosaur if that's what you want. You don't have to be the turkey prince. You can evolve to be the prince, not just stay on the level of turkey prince. It's like we have choices, but we don't think of ourselves. We live long enough with ourselves that we think we're just stuck, and that's it's like the mold is set, then I can't change. And Pesach Sheini comes, who says, imagine, think, see yourself, embody it of what it is that you want to evolve into, and then do the work.
And he's giving time to do the work.
He's giving time. He's giving 30 days.
He's giving extra time to
It's
do
so
the
much
work.
compassion and understanding and empathy here.
Yeah.
Okay?
And the
מטעם זה
creator.
נקבע מלכתחילה, היות בשל עניינו המיוחד הוא קובע את יומו לעצמו, ואדרבה, התשלומים של פסח שני הוא פרט הנובע מתוכנו הכללי של החג. זה אדרבה. The tashlumin, the making up for the korban they didn't give Pesach Rishon, Pesach Sheini is not just a makeup time. It's a detail that springs out of the content of Pesach itself. Pesach itself begs it. It presents the person with the opportunity with the Pesach Sheini. Because Pesach Rishon Hashem shows us everything, and then he kind of closes Shemaim and he removes the light and says, now go and work. Like, now go and do the work. Now that you know that I believe in you, now that I've showed you what your potential is, go for it. It's part of the real cherut, but the freedom. You're still smiling. You thought of another game?
Same thing. He was
Okay. This is good. It's good. It's good. I keep interrupting my class because your beautiful smile is like, it's beautiful. Okay.
I'm just thinking that this
Yeah.
is exactly what's happening with Eretz Israel right now and Am Israel right now.
Okay. How? We're absolutely evolving.
Because I think that Hashem is giving us this chance, another chance. The state was created, but it was like Pesach, and now we really have to earn being here,
Yeah.
and being
And-
hidden in the world.
And for that to happen, we have to discover the neshama, because what really we're about is it's not just physical, the stopping of the physical enslavement to Mitzrayim. It's the internal freedom that we seek. to really be out there, to be who we really are on the neshama level. It's not just that no one is subjugating, no foreign government, foreign power is ruling over us, and we have a Knesset and we can make up our laws for ourselves. Now that's not enough. But what are you about? What's the chazon? What's your vision? And bring the neshama into it, right? And that's what Pesach Sheini is. Discover who you really are in this bigger picture and go and do the work. And then give yourself that chance. And not only that, but Hashem made an opening in his Torah for that requirement, that demand to come from us. Because unless it's something that we really want, it's not going to happen.
Makes you a co-creator.
It makes us co-creators. Okay? שלהיותו גילוי ועבודה בדרגה גבוהה מאוד, עד שאפילו ביחס לגילוי ודעת ודוג. So, and that discovery, what we reach on Pesach Sheini, and the leaps and bounds that we can attain on levels that we can attain on Pesach Sheini is even higher than the dilug, than the skipping over of Hashem on Pesach. לכן אין מצידו שום הגבלה.
Oh, we're sorry.
That's okay.
It's so hard to get in. You need a young person. That is-
She just proved herself a younger person.
Right. And she heard it.
Good.
She doesn't always hear me.
איי. Okay, לכן אין מצדו שום הגבלה עד שגם אדם שלא הקריב את הפסח במותו. It's Pesach Sheini is all about there is no limit. Don't set limits to how high you can go. This is one of my favorite Zohars. Noda b'sharim ba'ala, what we say in Eshes Chayil. Noda b'sharim ba'ala, that her husband is known at the gates. But the Zohar looks at this, at the words of Noda b'sharim ba'ala, and explains like this. Noda b'sharim. Am I saying it right? Noda b'sharim. Yeah, called the man Meshayr Libe. The sharim is not just the gate, it's like the Hebrew word for imagining, aspiring, imagining. L'sha'er, מה זה l'sha'er? It's to imagine, it's to consider. The only person that's putting a ceiling on the vision of what you can become is you yourself. It's you yourself. Imagine yourself. It's like if a poor person, this I heard from Asaf Biller, Rav Biller. There's a poor person, a rich person standing on a bridge, and they both see a yacht down in the water. And the rich person is saying, one day I'm going to own that yacht. And the poor person is saying, one day I'm going to be able to actually float on one of these things. I'm going to be able to be a passenger in one of these yachts. Now, what's the difference? That the rich person sees himself able.
Yeah, but he has already experienced that, maybe.
How many? But are there not poor people that saw the yacht and also said, one day I'm going to own that?
Yeah.
There are. So maybe the example should be two poor people. One saying I'm gonna own that. One saying I wish I could
get a ride on it. Yeah.
And one person says, at least I saw it. Now I know such things exist in the world. It all depends on what your ratzon is, right? And who's deciding that for you? You. So the ceiling on how high our aspirations can be, the people who are limiting the aspirations of the people themselves. Person has to aspire for greatness, but you have to. It comes from a belief, from an emunah in oneself, to be able to reach that. So now I'm going to here pass it around here. I don't know, to take one and pass it around. Now this is the exercise. Now it's nice to talk, but it's nice also to give a chance for people to do the work, and to take this koach of Pesach Sheini, and to see where it can take us on a very personal level. I was wondering if I was going to give it to you as a writing journal, or should I make the exercise as one of my imagination things that I do with you, close your eyes but I think I might combine them, but it's already 11 minutes to 12. But were there enough? Everyone has a sheet?
It's hard to go.
One more? There's two more there. So give one to Shavachai. Wow, Okay, now I know how many people are in the room, because how many printed. Okay,
Did everybody get one?
You still-
we need one more?
You can have this.
No, we have more.
you can have this, because I want you to write on it, so you should have your own, and I'm just gonna read from my document here, okay, from my phone. Okay, so now. I'm gonna find it, hold on, documents. Pesach Sheini. Pesach Sheini. Okay, so I call it Pesach Sheini personal journal. So it's good for you to write it. If you don't, you just use both sides of the paper to answer, okay? First of all, we're going on a trip now, on an internal trip into yourself. It's very private work. It's individual work. Okay? So take a deep breath and ground yourself. I gave you a lot of hyperness, and I want to just take a pause and just breathe. Let's just breathe and settle. And okay. Now think of an opportunity that you missed out on and regret, be it action you didn't take at the time or for any other reason. Something that you want, that you would like, it would be nice to have a second chance. Something that you missed, that you regret. For whatever reason. So you could keep it in your head, or you could write it down. Everybody thought of something? Okay. Yeah?
No.
Wow, mushlemet.
I haven't.
You are mushlemet. Okay. So like let's give Edie something to think about. An opportunity that you would have liked to have that you missed out on. No? That forget the word
You
regret.
had the opportunity.
You had the opportunity.
And you
It was,
didn't
and you didn't take it. You didn't go there. It could be in relationships. It could be work-wise. It could be in any, an opportunity of any sort. Okay. All right. 2. What do you regret most about the missed opportunity? Yeah, we're calling it a missed opportunity, which means we're perceiving it as something missed, a chance that was missed. Okay. What do you regret most about the missed opportunity? If the word regret is not a nice word, what else could we say about it? Is there a synonym for regret that's not as negative as regret?
I don't have any regret.
Okay.
I really don't.
Baruch Hashem.
You need a different word.
What's a different word? What's the synonym for regret that's different? Disappointment. Okay. What? Disappointment could work. What do you? It's in terms of chinuch of your children, in terms of, it's like in the realm of, children, relationships, work, actualizing potential or didn't, pursuing a hobby that you didn't, could be in any realm. A conversation you wished you had that you didn't have. Things like, I'm sure you can, if you think deeply enough, Edie, you can find something. But
I don't know, everything that's going through my mind, I've made peace with it. I've spent a lot of money on therapy.
okay. All right. So be quiet. So just listen. now.
There's
Okay.
nothing that you wouldn't do over again to get to a different
No,
place.
because I am who I am because of everything that.
That's true.
And I.
That's
I
true.
have no
Okay,
regrets.
we might get her down the line. We might get her down the line. Oh, wait, wait. Okay. What this disappointment or regret of this missed opportunity, the missed conversation, missed relationship, missed actualizing some sort of potential that you. Now, how has it affected you? Think back, how has that missed opportunity affected you? Okay. Choose one. It's always the first thing that popped in your mouth is what you go with. The first thing that popped in your mouth, in your head, in your mind. Okay. Always go with the first thing that pops in your head. How has it affected you? Now, with compassion, kindness, and empathy for self, courageously Give yourself permission to see and detail the internal causes that prevented you in the past, that brought you to the situation of missed opportunity. What was it that caused it to be a missed opportunity? We're not bashing ourselves here. With kindness, we understand ourselves, okay? And you'll take, it's homework, you'll take the sheet homework.
You know, but in about a
What?
month, I'll come back to you.
Hold on, there's a question. Okay, now listen, it's A, B, and C. A is, what about the missed opportunity that you regret the most?
Okay.
What did you miss out on?
I just don't.
Why not follow? That's A. B is, how has it affected you? How has it shaped you? Has it shaped you in any way? How has it shaped you?
Oh, I get it, I get it.
Okay, and now C is, with compassion, kindness, and empathy for self, courageously give yourself permission to see in detail the internal causes that brought you to it being a missed opportunity to begin with. You didn't listen to your mother, maybe, I don't know what, whatever it is. Kind of raise your hand or pen when you're ready to move on. Okay. How many are raising it? No, people are still writing. Okay. Okay. Next. Imagine the inner resources needed for the tikkun. Choose the predominant one, describe it. If what quality traits, what inner resource is needed now that it's the same opportunity, like in other words, the quality trait that you missed out on, that you didn't have working for you then, that caused you for that to be in a missed opportunity. Imagine that trait. Imagine the inner resources needed for the tikkun. What is the tikkun for that? What is it in you in terms of a quality trait that would not have you miss the opportunity now? Follow? Dina, you thinking? And like there might be a few, but to choose the predominant one.
I was gonna say, like, as soon as you open the door, then you.
No, choose the first thing, that popped in your head. That would be the predominant one, and it came into your head, so give it attention. Give it the respect for being the first. Okay. Now 4, give yourself permission to imagine yourself embodying this inner resource, this trait, this tchuna. You are that person now with that trait that you didn't have in the past, it caused you too much trouble, but now you have it. Imagine yourself embodying this trait. Now close your eyes, and where is it in your body? This inner trait, where is it in your body? Now that you've located it in your body, what does it feel like? What does it look like? Feeling it could be, is it a sharp thing? Is it a round thing? Is it smooth? Is it hard? Is it warm? Is it cold? What does it feel like? What's the feeling of this trait? What does it look like? If an image comes up, describe it. Write out the image in as many details as possible. Holding onto this image of yourself as a goal, this resourceful person, this inner character trait. Holding on to this image of yourself as a goal, what are the necessary steps in real time you would need to take to achieve it?
It's all too fast. It's too
Oh, I'm
much.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, I don't think
Okay.
I can do this in 10 minutes.
You're right. You can do it again at home.
No, but
It's-
you're giving the ideas. It's very-
What? You can do it in a second. You're in touch with
Me
yourself.
too, always go back to the same thing. You go back to the same thing.
Okay, no
Right.
talking in class. Let
Yeah.
people think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're still on number 4? What the image is?
Yeah.
If it helps if you close
No,
your
I-
eyes
I
and you
did. I
breathe.
wrote- I wrote with these
Okay, you
pictures.
rolled over the images.
But I don't have it yet. I just wish I had it, but.
No, so,
Oh,
okay,
Okay,
in the imagination, everything is possible.
right.
Dina with this quality trait is it in your
Where is it
imagination?
and what does it look like?
It's look, yeah. If you would embody it, what would you look like? What I learned in my course, B'dinyon HaKol Efshari.
Right.
And we have resistance. No, I don't believe in myself. See, that's the voice. It's a voice. It's an internal voice. I don't believe myself that I can do that. So it's a wasted effort. No. Imagine and imagine if you would embody it, what would you look like? What would,
Right.
okay. Now, and what are the necessary steps in real time you would need to take to achieve it? It's something that you didn't have that prevented you in the past from things that you would have liked. So now in real time, situations come to challenge us. And just because we have the resolve to follow up on something in real time, it's very possible that we'll crumble in the face of the challenge. But in the imagination, everything is
do it.
possible. So if you would have enough inner strength and conviction, what would that conversation look like? What would that actualized potential look like in real time? If you would do the steps, and what would be the steps to bring you there? Give yourself permission to see yourselves taking those steps in real-time situations. Play it out.
Yes.
See it.
Sometimes it's, sometimes it's too late in terms of.
You're
maybe the
too
person's
much
not
with your
in the
head.
world
Throw out the
anymore.
seichel. Stop.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
if the person's not in the world anymore.
Okay. So that's but you can always
But
have
that's
it.
what came up. I mean. what can I
As
say?
if that's what came up, that's good. Are there amends that you can do
Right, so
in
that's
real
the question
time?
now, like,
Absolutely.
Hala, Yala.
Yes.
you know, yeah.
So if you didn't have that relationship with that person,
Right.
are there people now that
Right.
you can have that relationship
Right.
with? Can you go to their gravesite and ask for and speak it up with them?
Right.
Suppose there's no gravesite.
Okay.
Go to any grave.
So, but that missed opportunity,
Yeah.
it has reflections in present day
Right,
opportunities,
that's right.
and you didn't do it with them.
No, it's amazing what it opened up.
Baruch Hashem. Okay. So now, thank Hashem for the ability to take time to think about this.
Yeah.
Ask 7. Ask Hashem for the blessing, the siyata dishmaya, to fulfill this aspiration in actualizing your potential. Ask Hashem for the help now that you've identified an inner resource that you would like to have, a character trait that was kind of limping inside you somewhere.
Actually, I thank you for putting life
For
in
just-
that.
Right,
It's
yeah.
really amazing.
Okay, you
Yeah.
could,
I think we ask for this in our prayers a lot. You know, like we.
but then you have to like take pause and use idbonenu to actually actualize it, not just leave it on the level of thought, but turn it into action in real time. And finally, thank Hashem for making Pesach Sheini a part of His Torah. Because this is what Pesach Sheini looks like if you would actually not just talk about it, but actually do the work of it. The second
question.
chances. Yes.
So we always have a second chance. You
Yeah.
know, that's what a tikkun is, and
Yeah.
an amends.
Yes.
So was this when that ability was introduced
It-
into the world?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we could keep doing it the next day, the
Always.
next day.
Every day.
Every day we have.
Every day.
But
But
like
the
headquarters.
key
that's
is
what
the key is they demanded it.
Right.
Wow.
It didn't come to them as a pep talk from outside of them. It
Right.
says, hold
Right.
on. I'm taking stock of where I'm holding now. I am deserving of a second chance.
Mhm.
It's the strength of it is it's an inner conviction
don't like Slachad stories.
Okay, yeah, also, they demanded to have
Oh, the girls who wanted the land.
the land. So now, so granted, the whole meditation or whatever you want to call it, could have taken an hour and a half if to do it slowly. But al regel achat, introducing this to you. Anyone want to share?
The
Anyone?
concept is amazing.
You do?
I
Okay,
do.
Esther, you also gonna want to share? Amy?
Did I wanna share?
Yeah.
Did I raise my hand?
No, I don't know, but your face like, yeah. Okay, Esther.
But I don't even know I did it.
Okay. Okay, Esther, and hopefully there'll be other brave souls
I
here.
was actually doing this anyway today in the early morning. My opportunity that I have missed continually is getting vitamin D from the sun of Eretz Israel and building my bones because I have osteoporosis, and for 45 years I have avoided the sun and I don't like to sweat, and sitting down and waiting around until, it like enters into my system and goes to my bone marrow and all that. I just never did it, didn't want to do it, thought it was dumb, sun tanning or whatever. And I need to go outside first thing in the morning and get the early rays of the sun and know that I'm taking care of myself. I need to
So what was the thing
take
that
this
prevented you?
time.
Yeah,
I
what was
need to take the time to take care of myself
beautiful?
instead of being distracted by my stubborn habits and opinions.
You do know that most people are vitamin D deficient.
Yes, we know that, and
So I'm just
women and
trying to
all
give you a
that
little
stuff.
physics.
That's the information, but I'm not talking about information now. I'm talking about
There's an inner resolve, there's something
do.
in there that held you back from, and with
consistent.
of not taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's right here. It's been here the whole time.
Right.
And so have I, but separate.
Okay.
Bone broth.
I know.
She knows all
know
these
that,
things, she just
but I
avoids
do
doing
it,
it,
so.
right? Avoids.
Were you able to imagine yourself actually taking the steps to start taking care of yourself better now? More?
Yes, I did it this morning.
Beautiful.
I've been doing it already.
Okay,
But now I have like this extra measure
of resolve. Okay, good. Anyone else wants to share? Oh, good. Yudit, hold on. Yeah, this is the computer on you? Is it on you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The missed opportunity was being at a very posh event with a lot of very, very wealthy Australians who I would have liked to have asked for some donations.
For Sheva.
Good, for Sheva, actually for Ribonut.
Okay.
So the missed opportunity was not talking to Danny that I knew from back in Australia because I was too shy.
Ah.
And what do I regret? That I felt too insecure as a person to speak up. And if I thought about my good intentions and how I have to believe in myself, then I wouldn't have felt so hesitant.
Beautiful.
And the inner resources are to think that the other person is also just basar v'dam, like I am, and lo lefached klal.
Not to be intimidated.
Right.
Not to put people on a pedestal, right?
Not to be, yeah, you said
Yeah.
two things, not to put people on pedestal and not to be intimidated.
And then we're in the body. Here in my, I feel the inner resources in my
Chest
vocal
area?
cord area,
Vocal
and
cord.
I feel them glowing.
Beautiful.
And holding on to this image, I do a lot of therapy constantly to this day, and so I work on it all the time. It's a work in being worked on, and then I thank Hashem. Toda Hashem, Hashem Gadol, Hakol Yakol. And then I ask, please, Hashem, allow me to face my fellow human beings naturally so I can do your work.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Step by step.
So beautiful.
So everyone give to Ribonut.
Yeah, okay.
Joe.
No, Yashika, sovereignty movement. Sovereignty movement. Yishuv Eretz Yisrael. Okay, anyone, it's 12:09, but does anyone want to not do another quick share? Ditto, ditto, ditto.
It's like, I think that we could all relate to.
Beautiful.
Okay, Leah wants to.
Sadness about what could have happened 10 years ago. But the fact that you're aware of it shows you can move forward.
Absolutely. The feelings of disappointment is actually rooted in a deep place of understanding that I can do better. And we have to get in touch with that deeper voice more than the superficial voice that prevents us from feeling bad about it. That's like a clip-up.
Great exercise.
Yeah, thank you.
It is a very good exercise.
Thank you. I thought about it this morning. Okay, so good. So have a fruitful Pesach Sheini. Give yourselves lots of nachas from
What a
yourselves.
great day it is.
Is there something special that you can do?
Eat matzah.
Eat matzah.
Eat matzah.
Where's my matzah? Here, I have matzah.
My daughter didn't have any in the house, but she's on a juice fast.
You want this?
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say. Chaverot, one more thing before we close. Friends,